neck artery there, and he was transferred to Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago. Tests revealed he'd suffered a stroke. The surgery was successful due to his young age, good health, and the nature of the stroke. The doctors say they are confident in the senator's recovery over the weeks ahead. He won the election, by the way, to the Senate in 2010, filling the seat that was formerly held by, guess who?
Barack Hussein Obama.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's 3 correct for you so far. You're
Thank
3
you.
for 3,
Good.
Michael Reagan's good. It's very good. All right, so we're going to get back into new. We're going to get some sound bites for you, but a couple of other items here to talk about. First off, Betty White celebrated, I believe it
90.
was the 90 years of age on Saturday. This is a big deal. Have you met Betty White
She's
over the
known
years?
me my whole life. We keep on running into each other kind of to and fro. I mean, remember, that's my mom's generation and what have you. So I grew up with all those people. I mean, that's when stars were really stars. They were terrific. Not that there aren't any today, but gosh, just the ones who were there at the beginning of Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood isn't that old.
No.
The ones that were there at the beginning, what a group.
They were they were what people were made of. And they, some of the stuff, like, did you watch the Golden Globes and some of the language and stuff that's used? I don't know if I'm old-fashioned and a fuddy-duddy, but some of it never would get on television before. And
Well,
it's
yeah,
like every day.
everything's changed. I mean, it used to be where, you remember, you had Ozzie and Harriet lived in separate beds but still had children. Mm-hmm. I mean, all those shows.
Well, there was that area between
Lucille
the beds.
Ball.
There was the area between.
Oh, yeah, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz had children. I don't know how. They were in
beds?
separate beds.
That's right. I, for many years, slept in separate beds just because I thought that was a thing to do as a role model. Hey, here's something that someone said on the radio the other day, and they talk about role models. I want your comment on this. They always say, well, if you're going to be successful, you need a black role model or a Hispanic role model on television. So here's my question. So next time somebody tells you that, ask them who the Asian, Korean, or Japanese role model is, because those cultural groups are very successful in business and in life and in
Jackie
family.
Chan.
All right, I wasn't.
He's my role model.
Okay, there you go.
He's my role model.
But okay,
I broke a leg the other morning just trying to give V8 juice to my wife.
Okay, so we have Jackie Chan, but I mean, there really isn't an actor that's out there that's, like...
You don't look at actors as role models.
That's what they tell you, though.
Every one of them, there's not an actor in the world that does not have a quirk. What makes them great actors is that quirk.
Is that true?
And you get to meet them because you have half of them on this show. And really, what people don't know is that they leave this show and go into therapy.
Is that what happens?
Because this is the way they are. I mean, I grew up with a great actor. My mother, Jane Wyman, right?
Yes.
She was doing Johnny Belinda, won the Academy Award Best Actress 1948. For 6 months in the home I grew up in, I'm 3 years old, my mother's walking around speaking sign language to my sister Maureen, who's 4 years older than me. And I'm looking at these two idiots like, hello? Can I order breakfast or dinner or something?
Did you learn some sign language?
I learned nothing. My sister and my sister learned it. My mom learned it. They were talking to each other, having a great time with the fingers. I only knew one finger salute. I had
At 3?
no
No,
other
come on.
salutes that I knew. But I was 3 years old, didn't know much. But again, this is what they do.
Yes.
They get into the period, they get into the person they're playing, and they sometimes act that out. My mother, Falcon Crest during the 1980s.
It's a big show.
Lorenzo Lamas walks up to me one day. He says, I get the idea sometimes when I'm doing a scene with your mother, and she's his grandma on the show, that when she gives me that look, she's not really acting. I said, she's not.
She's not.
I've been looking at that look all of my life. All she does is superimpose me in your form.
And so you used to hang out at the set then?
I would go down the set. I had my fifth grade. I had my birthday party on the set down there when she was doing Jane Wyman Fireside Theater back in the 1950s. So I had my birthday party there. My mom called me up one day. I was sitting around the house. I don't know what I was doing. Nothing. I don't know. Phone rang. It's my mom. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm not doing anything." She says, "I need a concierge. Quick, get over here." I said, "You need a concierge?" I had to look it up in the dictionary. How do you spell
much
concierge?
later than your 5th birthday. She wasn't asking that.
No, this is like when she's doing Falcon Crest.
I got you, okay.
And so I drove over to CBS, and I played 6 shows. I was her concierge.
You were the concierge in the show?
I was lousy. God, I was a terrible actor.
Oh, I want to see those. Those are probably like on Hulu or something.
Oh, my God, I was terrible.
We can go ahead and get those?
Oh, my God. No career in acting for me.
I'm telling you. This is the thing. When you were like growing up in these famous acting family there, Jane Wyman, your mom, the future President Ronald Reagan, the actor.
Yeah, we didn't
Ronald
know
Reagan.
that
We didn't know he was an actor. Did you like do regular things like go trick or treating? Did like your dad take you out and go, well, let's go out? And did you go out and? Like,
I never went trick. My God, my father never took me trick or treating.
Did your mom take you
That
trick or
low
treating?
life.
Did you never?
And that's why I'm an angry man today.
You never
My
went?
dad never took me trick or treating.
Come on, really?
No,
You
my
never-
mom would. My mom would take me
Yeah,
trick or
it's true.
treating.
My
They broke
dad
up
never
when I
took
was
me.
3.
My dad never took me.
But
either.
we were like in Beverly Hills, so trick or treating was really good.
Really? Was that a good area?
Trust me.
What do you
These
get
people-
in Beverly Hills for trick or
anything you want. I mean, anything you want. But the thing is, when I went to college, you know what we
Especially
used to do?
nowadays, right? Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
when I went to college, I went to Arizona State. You know what we did at Arizona State?
What?
Went trick or drinking.
Trick or drinking, is that the thing?
Oh, yeah, that was great. Trick or drinking was more fun than trick or
How do
treating.
you do trick or drinking? What do you do?
You take a bucket and you just walk up, ring the doorbell, say trick or drink. People pour a drink in there and you drink it. By the end of the night, you can't see.
You can't. How old were you when this was going on?
I was 21 then.
21 going to college.
I used to buy the sweets and the candy back from my kids. I let them keep 20 of their favorite. I buy everything else back in a nickel
Why?
and give it to the neighbors when they came by trick or treating.
So you could do it. I was in an area this last year. There were like thousands of kids in the area.
That's great. Oh yeah,
Trick or treat.
Toluca Lake, Burbank.
Oh yeah,
it's nuts.
It's nuts. They
Oh,
go
my
crazy.
God.
They actually drive them
They're
in from
coming in
elsewhere.
from Louisiana.
We'll be back on CRN. Michael Reagan, Michael Horn.